Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Baruch Kudash, double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Yakim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and truth. Shalom. So this video I want to basically go into just a article about riots, that fights with police that been going on in the UK ever since they got that dude from 17 that stabbed a couple of children. I believe 3 of them died, at least 3 of them, maybe more. And the people over there, they are convinced that it's an so-called foreign dude did it, and they think, the way I see it, they think it's somebody that is done with Islam or something, because they also had, you have the far right protesters, and basically you have the people that screaming Allah Akbar and stuff, they also on the other side. So this article is about how they stormed a migrant hotel. That's the second one that they did. And they've been fighting with policemen, throwing rocks and even scooters and stuff like that, And a lot of, I believe 1 or 2 days ago, 39 police officers got injured during riots. So, a lot of stuff going on, Let me just read a little bit in the book of 2nd Esdras. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9. And 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So by measuring the time, how do we measure the time? By watching the news, the events, everything going on in the world, see all these countries gearing up, getting ready for war, people people not having the situation, how the situation is currently, like Saturday we were teaching. He also had a group of people protested. They basically get together. That the dude that was speaking, basically rousing the crowd up, and they were protesting because Maduro won again in Venezuela. A lot of people are against it. In America, they doing the same thing like they did concerning with Guaido. They also tried to put the coup there, by forcing Guaido upon on the people, but it didn't work. Maduro still had his soldiers that were still loyal towards him, and it seems like now it's the same thing, because they already pushed. America was already pushing another name. Don't remember the name of that new person that they pushing, that they claiming that supposed to be the new leader, and. Now you also got different countries from Europe saying that they don't recognize that President Maduro won again, And that's funny because, it's funny because, they basically try to do the same thing, but he still got the soldiers on the sides. And the fun part is, they, America himself, they already put Maduro there, but, he didn't, he started acting like he was doing the things that they want him to do, but eventually he stopped with it, Yeah, but it's funny, because basically, the same thing is going on over there that happen in different countries here also, like here, Mark Rutte used to be prime minister for many years, and people were sick and tired of him, and still his party was re-elected and this and that. Now is now we got Wilders with his party, the so-called Party for Freedom, and but still, it's bullshit anyway, it's bullshit anyway. But people, they got an idea that they really got something to say about the rulership, about who is oppressing them, But that's not the case, man. That's not the case. But that's another topic. But anyway, a lot of sedition, a lot of unrest, Even we were seeing it from time to time, but also, in different countries, like a while ago in Kenya, people were also rioting, took over the basically went to the palace and stuff like that, and now they they also, people, there's a lot of, especially in countries in Africa, there's a lot of unrest there. Also, people wanna, basically fighting against the government, puppets being removed, like in Mali, Gabon, Niger, countries like that, Also, there was also a lot of unrest in a colony that France had in there in the region of New Zealand. I forgot the name of the country. There was also a state of emergency there. So a lot of stuff going on. People not having it. A while ago with the farmers. So, and these are all signs. Showing us that the coming of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, the coming of Yahweh Shai, is around the corner. Showing us that the time is near, and this is all, also part of the plan that they have, because meanwhile they busy, the digital euro, they already busy with that, now they're going to change the debit cards, your bank card. They are busy with changing that, so a lot of stuff going on. And then meanwhile, people being distracted, you got festivals going on this whole past month used to be everything for the for the sodomites. Now this last weekend was also for the sodomites. And yeah, they just keep continuing doing these things. People being mad distracted by a lot of stuff going on. You got the Olympics going on. Yeah, that dude boxing. Beating down these females. So a lot of stuff going on. People being fucked from all sides. Inflation going on. And yeah, but that's, they be pushing all the shit, so people being, they're busy making the people mad. And this old custom that old system that they got, making basic, is from the Greeks, creating chaos and then coming with a solution, and they're busy with it, and people falling for it hard. So a lot of stuff going on, Also, if you watch that series, You Are Amalek, you see what they are doing with the migrants. They migrants coming in all these countries, and they coming in the country and they receive everything. They get a house, well furnitured. They get a monthly allowance. They don't have to work. They get everything. They get free driver license. Everything they get. You see them walking in the fancy clothes and all these things, and the own people, basically in all the countries, in Europe, in Holland, you see the people suffering, people fighting, people at an old age still have to live by the parents because there's not enough housing. Meanwhile, they see people from Eritrea, from Syria, from the Ukraine, coming in, getting houses, driving cars, and all this shit, and meanwhile they can barely make it until the end of the month, But it's all part of the bigger plan. And like I said, that series, You Are Amalek, is very good to watch. It shows you a lot concerning what they are doing. So back to the book of Second Esther, chapter 9, and and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and you see going, like I said, you see this going on all over the world, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the eyes will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Yeah, because these are all things showing us that we're standing, that we're getting towards the end, So let me just read the article a little bit. Far-right protester stormed second migrant hotel. British Prime Minister Starmer said, "You'll regret this." Far-right protesters also attacked a hotel in the British town of Tamworth, just outside Birmingham. uh, which Sky News reports is used to house asylum seekers. According to police, a crowd threw objects, smashed windows, and set fires. The protesters also turned on the police. One officer was injured. Earlier in the day, hundreds of far right protesters also attacked a hotel used to house migrants in the British town of Rotterdam. Sounds like Rotterdam. Protesters cornered police and stormed the Holiday Inn Express. Sky News footage shows officers standing with their backs to a wall, shielding themselves as they are pelted with rocks. Protesters have forced open the door and are storming into a building. And mass it is unclear whether people are still living there after the previous government promised to close more than 100 shelters this year. Objects, including pieces of wood and chairs, were thrown at the hotel and at the police officer stations outside of the building. At least one injured officer in riot gear was carried away by colleagues, Sky News reported. Police, including a number of mounted officers, attempted to separate the crowd from the hotel entrance, but the large group forced the door and entered the hotel. Chants of "throw them out" were heard from the crowd. Images in the British media show fires being started. Beautiful, man. So he said that how they you see them attacking this Holiday Inn Express, in Rotterdam. I guarantee you will regret taking part in this disorder, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer warned the rioters. Smashed windows, arsons, guests and staffs in agony. There is no justification for this. Starmer stressed that rioters would be arrested and warned that people who incite people online would also be dealt with. His conservative predecessor Rishi Sunak also condemned the violence. He spoke on X about shocking scenes that have nothing to do with recent death of children in Southport. The direct cause of the unrest, this violence and criminal behavior that has no place in our society. Also in Bolton, near Manchester, two groups of protesters clash. The police are present in large numbers to prevent further escalations. According to British media, according to the BBC, right-wing protesters were waving English flags. They then clashed with a second group of around 250 to 300 people, many with face coverings. They shouted Allah Akbar and pelted the police with eggs. The conflict then moved to another street. The police kept the groups apart, but the distance between the protesters was small enough to throw all sorts of objects at each other. Bottles and tiles flew through the air. Fireworks were also said to have been fired. In Middlesbrough, masked rioters apparently randomly smashed windows of houses and cars in the neighborhood where many migrants live. Dozens of arrests. On Saturday, British police arrested dozens of protesters and injured several officers in anti-immigration riots in several cities, making them the most violent in the country in 13 years. Yeah. Riots have broken out. You see one dude picked up by the police. Riots have broken out repeatedly in the UK recent days. Violent clashes have taken place in Liverpool, Bristol, Hull, Leeds, and Belfast, including rocks and bottles thrown as right-wing anti-immigration campaigners confronted groups demonstrating against racism. Fires have also been set and shops looted in a number of cities. Sky and in England, the people are, of course, they on the next level concerning the unrest. Because living there is not expensive. Housing is a big problem there. And ever since the Brexit, Europe is fucking with them. It's not too easy. It's not easy to get a job and all these things. Sky News reported on Saturday that At least 3 officers were injured in Hull when people attacked the housing using asylum seekers. Extensive damage was caused in the city center in Liverpool. 2 officers suffered suspected facial fractures and another was pushed off his motorbike. The unrest involved about 750 anti-immigration campaigners and a similar number of country protesters, police said. The riots followed the murder of 3 girls aged 6, 7, and 9 in Southport earlier this week. Reports were shared on social media that the 17-year-old suspect is an illegal immigrant, but this is fake news according to the police. The suspect was born in Cardiff, the capital of Wales. His parents are from Rwanda. So they're saying it's a Hamite now. Mosques across the countries have been advised to tighten security and most cities are deploying extra police. Several more demonstrations are planned for Sunday. Even female protesting. Funny, man. So yeah, man. A lot of stuff going on, man. So let me see. And the thing is, there's a lot of all these things are need to pass. All these things need to pass. The Third World War. Which also will happen. The MOTB is gonna make mandatory. Like I said, they're busy with digital. With the digital euro, all these things going on. How they are busy with replacing the new debit cards. You got the smartwatch going on. Making people getting used to pay with the hands. One of the brothers, I believe the brother from Germany, shared an article concerning how they are busy in Australia. Like the credit system, like how they have it in China. They want to do it for the internet. Stuff like that. So they are busy. They are busy. Meanwhile, people and they they always do that while they have a tournament going on or whatever. Now with the Olympics, people are focused on that, and now they are busy, passing all kind of rules and laws and switching things. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. The word of Yahweh, Basham Yahushua, the Most High Yahweh. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So all these things, they will come to pass, They will come to pass. And like the scripture said, you can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse, let me start verse 2. Verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because... Now let me start at 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say. And that's what we're doing. We are watching, the book of Ezekiel. Let me just jump to that, because I'm already start to butcher it. Book of Ezekiel. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 17. Son of man, and that also shows you that this is not something that you choose to do. The Most High chose you. The Spirit of Yahweh, Basham Yahushua, will jump on you, and then eventually, you will do this, This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's what we do, That's what we do. People want to talk that we hate and all that. That's love, man. It's like in the days of Noah. This is the time. Yeah, still got the time, to get right with Yahweh, Basham Yahushai. Because when it's too late, man. And destruction, it's about to happen, man. It will happen. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, the scriptures that we have nowadays, that he may run that read in it. Yeah. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Yeah, all things shall come to pass, Doesn't matter how you feel about it, but it will happen. Let me see. This is the book of 2nd Esther, chapter 15. And verse 14, woe to the world, and woe is talking about horrible times, lamentations, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. You already see this on a small scale going on. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. And like I said a couple of days ago, they injured like 39 police officers. They were not. I said that they did. They really couldn't do nothing about it. At certain points, these rights, these rights of the people is gonna get that big that they have put soldiers on the ground. These things are close, man. But yeah, like I said, for us, we measure the time, we see these things, Yahweh Razah, we part of that number, we see what's going on. And yeah, we are not in darkness like the majority of the world. They're still busy with their festivals and planning their holidays and all that. Meanwhile, a lot of stuff going on. Also, places that people love to go. I believe in Spain also they had 38 degrees. Greece was very hot. France was hot. So. And those are places that the Edomites, Sokoway people, they love to go on for holiday over there, and they suffer. We already know they are not good with the heat and the sun. The sun don't like them, so and now they've been terrorized on the places when they want to go on holiday. So, and these are also showing us the end. He's getting more diseased by the moment. Asylum seekers, everything. His life getting too expensive for him. A lot of Edomites. Yeah, more of them. You see them losing their job. Getting poor and all that shit. Getting sick. Yeah, of course they're getting sick because they're weak. That's already a thing. But yeah, this is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5 and 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Yeah, for the majority of the people, it's going to be sudden. But we, Yaharatazah, we are watching. And for us, we are preparing ourselves, for as much as we can. We preparing ourselves for the coming, for the return of Yahweh Shai, And, don't get me wrong, we realize it's going to be horrible. But Yahweh Ratazah, we are part of that number. The Most High going to get us through this, Like Yahweh Shai told his disciples, nothing's going to be impossible with the Father. And that's something that we got to keep in mind. The Most High will get us through a lot of situations. Already, if I speak for myself, already been to situations that I'm like, yo, hey, Yahweh Shai just had me going right through it, man. So yeah, why not concerning the things that are about to come, So Yahweh Ratazah, man. So the book of First Thessalonians chapter 5 and 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Yeah, when a woman is about to give birth, she gonna get this contraction, and she can do nothing about it. The child is gonna come. Whether it be through C-section, whether it take an hour, 2 hours, a day, or 2 days, it will happen. That's the time it already started. There's nothing you can do against it. This is the same way with these prophecies. People could stick their hand in the head and be like, there's no evil day, this and that, nothing's gonna happen, But you can do nothing about it, man. It will, although it tarry, it will happen. For when they shall say peace and safety, the sudden destruction cometh upon and as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye brethren are not in darkness, Yahweh are not, Lord willing, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch. And like I said, how do we watch? By watching the events going on in the world, But let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation. So, yeah, man. So that's it, I'm gonna leave it like that. So, with that, so see these things going on, prepare yourself, keep on praying to Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, that He won't take away His Holy Spirit away from you, and like I said, I said it before, when you wake up and you still understand this truth is a blessing, because this is not for everybody. The majority of people, they won't get it, and a lot of people falling off also. Don't forget that from one to another day, they start bugging out, being down with this knowledge, and then forget about it, and then basically starting to bugging out, So yeah, man. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Waharuka Kudash, and double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching the scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Yakim across the earth for doing his work in sincerity and truth. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.